Hello, everybody, and welcome to the National Hockey Now Network. I'm Matt Meagher on behalf of National Hockey Now, and today we're going to be looking at my personal favorite prospect from this year's draft class, although he is a divisive prospect, from Djurgårdens in Hockeyallsvenskan in Sweden, Anton Frondell. Frondell already has an NHL frame. He's listed as 6'0", 196 pounds, but I think after the combine, he's going to be listed taller than that, more like 6'2", 6'3". You can just tell watching him on the ice that he's bigger than 6 foot. He's a center slash winger. He mostly played wing in Djurgårdens, but a lot of people expect him to be a center. Frondell did suffer some injuries this past season, so he scored 25 points, 11 goals, and 14 assists in 27 games played. This doesn't seem like much, but this is the highest point per game ever from an under-18 player in a Swedish league, higher than William Nylander and even Peter Forsberg, for crying out loud. In this video, we're going to be looking at the skills and traits that make Anton Frondell the player that he is. In no particular order, we're going to be looking at his skating, his shooting, his playmaking, his puck retrieval, his physicality, his board play, and his reverse hitting. So without further ado, let's get into it. Playmaking is technically Anton Frondell's weakest part to his game, but it's not a bad part by any means. It's just not his strongest skill set. He does make short passes. He kind of relies on them because he carries the puck a lot. He likes to battle off the boards, and he doesn't really make cross-ice passes very frequently, but you can see he has crisp pass. He does have a bad habit of looking at his intended pass target a little too much instead of looking off and creating some doubt, but that's something that he can easily fix. And like, look at this pass right here. That's some good passing. This is a nice little pass right here. Watch this one. But this final one coming up, this is insane. Look at that. Behind the back, no look on the tape. Again, another quote-unquote weak spot in Anton Frondell's game in a lot of scout size is his skating, which I think is average, and it could be improved upon a lot. But it's not bad. It's just not as good as others in this draft class. If you watch, he's got a decent stride, decent top-end speed. You can see him get in front of this guy right here. He's got decent skating. Like, watch that. See him come in backwards. That was nice. His skating isn't nearly as bad as what people make it out to seem, in my opinion. He's one of the youngest in this entire draft class. Just turned 18 years old. 6 foot, 196 pounds. He could probably put on 10, 15 pounds more muscle, really gain more explosiveness, and his skating won't be a problem in my mind whatsoever. A lot of scouts criticize Anton Frondell's zone entries, and fairly so. Admittedly, he does dump and chase a lot and goes in for puck retrievals using his forecheck, which is a problem in a rush system. But in a system that's about dump and chase, like the Mike Sullivan system, getting pucks deep, getting in on the forecheck, that's basically Anton Frondell in a nutshell. One of my favorite parts of Anton Frondell's game is his physicality. He's not afraid to take contact, make contact, and use his size. This isn't a bad little hit right there, just knocks the guy off the puck. And you can see he's unafraid to make contact, full speed, slams into that guy. This is a nice hit right here, slams him into the boards. And how about this one? Kaboom! There's nobody in this draft class that's better at reverse hitting than Anton Frondell. He's great at seeing contact coming his way and preemptively making a hit against them instead. Let's take a look. Like right here, he absolutely laid that guy out completely. And right here, the guy tries to hit him and he almost puts him on his butt. Right here, boom. One of the other aspects of Anton Frondell's game that I really like is his board play. His ability to go into the boards. He's completely unafraid to go in hard to the boards, crash in, make a puck battle. He's fearless when it comes to that. But he gets in and he spins off contact and has this uncanny ability to come out with the puck most of the time. And finally, Anton Frondell's greatest strength by far is his shooting. Best shooter in the draft class? One-timers? I would say absolutely. And he's got a laser of a wrist shot. So he's definitely in the top 3 of the best shooters in this draft class. So let's take a look at some of these absolute clap bombs and missile wrist shots. Eklund sees him here alone in the slot and boom. Here he goes for a one-timer but doesn't get a good pass, so he just rips it top corner with a wrist shot. This one right here, let's take a look. Pop that bottle. How about that? And look at that. Look at how hard that shot was. Perfect rebound right to Eklund. And this, really nice wrist shot. Top cheese. And again, when he can't make the one-timer, he fakes a shot like that and gets a little hesitation and then rips it. And look at that one. That was an absolute laser. Well, that's going to do it for this look into Anton Frondell. I'm Matt Meagher on behalf of National Hockey Now. Thank you so much for watching. If you could like, share, and subscribe, it would mean a lot to us. Keep your eyes peeled because there's more of these coming. See you in the next one.